everyone, it's Aliyah Orozco reporting with Title Sports Network, and I'm joined now with the one and only Daniel "Chucky" Barrera. Great to see you again. We're back at the Wildcard Boxing Gym. You have another fight quickly approaching August 31st. How are you feeling going into it?
Super excited. This year we've been really busy. I think this is my fourth fight this year already, and I can't complain. Staying busy and being active is just a great feeling, and it's keeping me sharp, so I'm excited.
So how did this fight get made for you?
They just said, hey, we got a date. And
they just called you up and were like, hey.
They said, be ready by this date. And I said, all right. And here we are 2 weeks away, and we're more than ready.
Do you always stay ready? Like, even when you don't have a training camp, you're just consistently in the gym?
Yeah, definitely. Last year, we learned how to be more consistent, how to stay sharp without having to always be in the gym. So this year we changed up that even after the fights, we take like a week, maybe 2 weeks off, and we're back in the gym. Even though we're not doing crazy hard work, we're still staying sharp. We're still keeping in shape just in case, let's say 3 weeks from now they want us to fight, we're ready.
To stay ready, most definitely. You're 7-0 right now, right? Looking to become 8-0, and you're still undefeated. How does that feel, one, to be undefeated, and does that give you more pressure going into the ring with that record?
Definitely no pressure. I feel very, very confident in myself. So, all the hard work that I put in, I think that, like, the way that I think is I train too hard to lose. So if I lose, it's on me, nobody else. I put in the work, so there's no excuse for me to lose other than if I beat myself in the ring, then that's me losing. But other than that, no pressure. It's exciting. It's cool to have that O still. So I'm going to hold on to it as long as I can, and hopefully it never goes away.
Most definitely. And what do you know about your opponent? What are you expecting to see from him come fight night?
He's been in there with some top guys. I know his last fight, I believe, he fought versus minimum weight champion, which, it's experience. You're in there with the champion. We get those rounds in. That's still great experience coming into the fight. He's a left-hander. He's from the Philippines, and, he's going to be tough, but we gotta do our best to get him out of there or put a dominant show.
Who would you say right now is the best in your weight pound division?
I would say definitely Bam Rodriguez right now. Yeah. So he's definitely a name we'll be looking for in the future, but he could be moving up by the time we get up there. People always move up in weight. I don't blame him if he does, but hopefully we can catch him before he does.
How many fights away do you think you are to getting in the ring with someone like Bam?
I would say approximately 8 to 10 fights, just depending on how everything goes. If I season faster than what we expect, then even better. But, I'm just going to stay patient, listen to my team. If they say the time is right and we feel like the time is right, then we'll be more than ready.
Most definitely. What would you say is your long-term goal in the world of boxing? Does legacy matter to you? Definitely.
I would love to get that ring TV belt. That would be great. That's probably the main belt that I want, but I definitely want to become a world champion in each division I go up in. So starting at 112, go up to 115, 118, and I doubt I'll get that big, but hopefully 122. Follow the footsteps of Inoue and then create my own name like he did.
Yeah. So you want to just keep moving up in weight. Do you want to try to be like an undisputed in all of them, or like just get a title and then go up?
Definitely undisputed is the goal, but I mean, if there's always those people that don't want to give up their belts. So
I know. Yeah, we've seen that a lot.
We gotta take what we can, and if we're in there for too long without being able to be undisputed, then it's time to move up.
Most definitely. And we're gonna play a quick game. Okay, it's blind rankings, but it's with boxing pound for pound. Okay, so the first one is Canelo.
What's the rankings from 1 to
5?
1 to 5.
I didn't even tell you that.
I'd give him a 4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. Terrence Crawford.
3.
Inoue.
2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Usyk.
He's a good fighter. He's very, very tall, very long, but I give him a 5. He's just in that division. He's not technically like I like him as a fighter, but to me he's not my pound for pound.
Got you.
So I'd give him a 5.
Bivol.
Yeah, I could put him at no. I would change Inoue and Bivol. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you would change.
Yeah.
So it would be Inoue. Who was 2?
Bivol. Oh no, Inoue.
No, Crawford. Did right?
Crawford, and
Bivol,
then
Canelo.
Yeah.
Usyk.
Definitely.
Okay, so then do you see Usyk still winning the rematch in December, or do you see Tyson Fury coming out victorious this time?
Definitely Usyk coming out victorious again.
Okay.
He's going to work harder than he did his last fight, and he's going to fix his mistakes and adjust, and he'll probably get him out of there this time, I think.
And what are you looking forward to showing fight fans on August 31st? Do you feel like you have anything to prove right now?
Definitely. Each fight, we're improving. We're still showing we can fight on the outside, we can fight mid-range, we can fight on the inside. So this fight, we have a game plan. Hopefully everybody likes my game plan, and if it goes well, we get them out of there early. But if not, then, we'll just put on a good show for the fans.
And what do you believe sets you apart from every other fighter in your weight division?
The way that my fighting style, I can box, I can go to war with you if I have to, I can fight on the inside, I can be a counter puncher. I'm able to adapt in different scenarios, and I have different fighting styles. I'm not just a straight boxer, I'm not just a straight brawler, I have different types of fighting styles. That's what I think separates me from all these 112-pounders.
Yes, and where did you get that fighting style? When you were growing up, was there any fighters you really tried to emulate, or you really liked their style and wanted to take little parts of it from? Or was it your amateur career that helped you get those different styles?
Definitely the amateur career, because in the amateurs and nationals, there'd be a day we fight a brawler, so we have to box. There'd be a day we fight a runner, so we have to go forwards. I thank my coach, Al Franco, and my amateur career, because we had to learn how to adapt in a matter of a day. We fight one style Tuesday, and Wednesday now we fight a brawler. So yeah, definitely the amateur career helped me figure out how to adjust and change my style. So, but also fighters that I did look up to is Finito Lopez, Juan Manuel Marquez, Marco Antonio Barrera. Those are all great fighters. Lomachenko as well. I like Lomachenko's footwork, and then Finito Lopez constantly moving, his boxing style, and he's willing to get in there and trade with you too. So
yeah. And what's the best sparring session you've ever had where you've taken the most from it?
I'd say Chocolatito was my best sparring, because it was on the time that I came back from a break from my amateur career, turned into a pro, and I learned a lot. He taught me patience. I didn't have to react to everything, every little flinch. And
That's a big thing to learn.
yeah, and when you're reacting to everything, your mind's working, you're constantly breathing hard for no reason, but you think he's doing a lot, but he taught me a lot of patience, and I feel like that's brought me a long way in my pro career so far.
What was that moment going from amateur to professional? Like, did you know, I guess, from a young age that you wanted to be a professional boxer? Because I think it's a lot different than just training up there and then actually choosing, I'm going to do this for a living.
Yeah, definitely after my first national title is when I was like, okay, I'm pretty good at this.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Maybe I should stick to this. At first we got into the sport, it was a summer. I was maybe like 11 years old, and my mom was tired of me being at home, watching TV. So she's like, let's go do something. She's like, you want to go play soccer, baseball? Whatever. I was like, no, let's go to boxing. She's like, why boxing? I'm like, I don't know. Let's just.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and we signed up, and I stuck with the same coach ever since. And after my first national title, I just continued, and we just grew from there.
I love it. That's a great story.
Yeah.
And what's next for you after this fight?
Just take a week off, reflect on our performance. If we had a great performance, if we had a bad performance, whatever it is. Regardless, good performance or bad performance, we're always going to have mistakes. Mm-hmm. So fix them and, stay ready for the next one. Whatever date they tell me, I'll be more than happy to take.
Most definitely. And did you watch the fight last weekend, Bohachuk versus Ortiz?
Yes, I did.
What were your thoughts on it?
Me personally, I thought it was a close fight, but I still gave it a Bohachuk. With 2 knockdowns, how do you get that close of a decision, But I thought Bohachuk won all the way. It was still close, but I thought he pulled it off.
So when you were watching it, were you surprised when you saw Ortiz won? Like, did you even think that could be a possibility, or are you more leaning towards maybe a draw?
Yeah, I wouldn't have been upset with the draw, but I definitely thought Bohachuk pulled it off. Yeah. But, it's boxing. It is what it is. Sometimes you can't leave it to the judges. So
I was going to ask you that. Do you think when people say boxing is dying, do you think that's a big reason why is the judging? People aren't happy with how the judging comes out. And I know Manny was talking about after the fight that the judges should be held accountable. Do you agree with that, or what do you think we really need a change in boxing to solve this issue?
I think a lot of the reason why boxing is dying is the fights that are going on now. They're very one-sided. There's an Olympian fighting a guy that's just starting his pro career. I mean, it's not fair. That's definitely
like such a side.
yeah, exactly. Like a big skill difference. That's the main thing, and of course the judges as well. I mean, regardless if they try to do anything, it's always going to happen. So you just, as a fighter, you gotta get him out of there or put on a dominant performance.
And after Virgil Ortiz won, everyone was talking about him potentially fighting Terrence Crawford. Do you think he's ready for Terrence Crawford with what we saw from him on Saturday night?
No, I think Crawford would dominate him.
Do you think Canelo or Crawford?
Canelo's too big, so I think Canelo. Even though Crawford's technically better, Canelo's just way too big for Crawford.
And what do you think about Crawford going up to 154? How do you think he looked at that weight?
He took a lot more punches than I thought than he usually does. You know, he usually is very slick, doesn't really get hit much. But this guy, had an awkward style, very jittery style, and it caught him a lot. But you know, I mean, just he got one fight out of the way. Let's see how he does the next one with another 154-pounder. And you know, there's different styles out there. Now he has to fight a banger that's 154. How is he going to take that?
So true. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time always. And when you win on Saturday night, what's going to be your post-fight meal to celebrate?
You know, I love cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies, pastries, wings, tacos, everything.
All of it.
Everything.
All of it. Wait, so do you like go out to eat after, or do you have a buffet? It sounds like you like a mix of things, and you kind of have a sweet tooth, it sounds like, too.
Yeah, well, when I get home, I definitely go out and buy a box of cookies from Porto's.
Porto's is so
yeah,
good.
I eat probably like 2-3 a day.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Coach, that you had to hear that. But yeah, you know, I'll kill them out, but then I get back into shape, so it's okay.
Then you're right back into
yeah.
it. You gotta
Yeah.
have the balance a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly.
Completely. Well, thank you so much. And any last words for all the fight fans watching? Anything we can expect to see from you come fight night, August 31st?
Just be ready to see an explosive Daniel Chucky Barrera. You know, I'm very focused, very determined to win. It was a different camp this camp. I became a little more aggressive, a little more mentally hungrier, and I think it's going to show August 31st.
Well, we're looking forward to it. You guys stay tuned for the fight on UFC Fight Pass, and we'll see you there. Bye, everyone.